You're dreaming, it's almost like being dead, but only your body didn't die. Yeah? So what happened is your body is still receiving information, but only limited information because your eyes are closed, isn't it? So you're taking in more smell and things like that. You understand me? Yeah. So you're still taking information and you can still hear things. Yeah. And then now all of what you've seen through the day, being an SP means all what you've seen through the day. Yeah. You're going to that becomes your sensory, your knowledge, that's your reality. Now you go to sleep and you go to psychosis, which is non-reality. Then when you go into the non-reality, yeah, you're gonna bring in all what you've done today. Because SP means, yeah, you think about what you've done. So at this point, you're thinking about what you've done. Now, when you see things, think about what you do. What happens with the NI brain? It then takes the information, what's gone there, strategizes it, yeah, and then manipulates it then into the way you, in your idea. So say you want to say to yourself, how do I fix this bike? Yeah, you would take something that happened today in the day, and you would take, or even if you did nothing to do with fixing the bike, you take all that information, the way the person bent down, that you could recreate that person in your mind to be fixing then a bike to such a detail, like as though you were watching it. Now, when you come back to consciousness, yeah, you're then gonna, you're not gonna see, you're gonna have a faint memory of like you've been there before, yeah. But then all of the emotion that you were feeling at the time of each thing was happening, you're going to feel that. So every time you feel it now, you're going to start to think, and that thinking of that feeling you're getting turns into a language, which then fuels your body to know what to do something. So in a nutshell, when you're sleeping at the night time and you get these dreams, all you're really doing is, you know, when you're in the daytime going, oh no, I'm going to have to get this job, and then when I do this, they're going to say this to me. Well, you're literally doing that with high detail. Because when you talk out your mouth, it waters down the intelligence. When you keep it in your head, it becomes way more intense. So that means while it's intense, you become way more intelligent. So you're able to now reconstruct your day and change it to be something else. And it won't always be a day, it will be weeks before. Things that really mean something to you, because you would have had many strategies, but that is the one main one that stuck to your heart. That was the main objective. So therefore, it then, in other words, your dreams then would be like a way in order for you to complete your worries, almost complete yourself. So things where you might be concerned that you might do this, or this going to go like this and this could happen, you're almost replaying in your head millions of times to see the future, a million different concepts, in order to understand how you should go forward to avoid what it is you don't want to do. Yeah. So instead of you start questioning it and going, oh, what does that mean, like as though it's a fancy film? Just start then, when you wake up in the morning, instead of you sit there trying to think of a logical way to go forward, well then you're contaminating that thought, because that's pure. What you should be doing is, yeah, think it, just go with your emotion, go with your flow, and use your intelligence to understand what is in your way and how do you go about it, because whatever it was you was dreaming was already configured you to think in a particular way. Listen, brother, no journey is easy. Listen, you're at the part, let me tell you where you are now. You're at the stage where you're 25. Yeah, that means between 15 and 30, you'll be working on your FI. Well, you'll be working on your SE. That means your extroverted behavior. So it's learning how to control your behavior, meaning the way you eat chocolates and you just eat one, then you'll eat another one and this and that. The way when you spend money, oh, I like this, and you spend money, you'll be controlling that, learning how to cap it back and do it, control it, just generally control it, that you can conduct yourself in a way that's not getting you into trouble. And that will take you 30 years, 15 years, from 15 to 30. Yeah? But when you get from 30 going up to midlife, then you're gonna start working on sort of like 15 to 30, you work on your FI. 30 to midlife, you work on your SE. Sorry?
15 to 30.
Yeah, so 0 to 15, you're going to work on your FI. So your feelings. You learn how to control it, so that you don't get into your feelings too much, in real talk. Yeah? So then 15 to 30, tell a lie, yeah? Is where you start working on your SE. So that means how you throw that emotion out. So when you were younger, you'd be throwing it out badly, whereas as you're getting older, you're learning how to cap back, hold it back a little bit. You know, learn how to stop talking. Whereas before, if someone says something to you, blaps, your mouth was gone. Whereas now, you're starting to learn how to hold back. It's still not perfect, but you're getting there. So when you reach now, going up from 30 to sort of like 50, you'll be working on your NI, your strategy. And then going on 50, then you'll be working on your TE, the way you talk and communicate. Then by then, you'll find yourself in that absolute. You would hardly tell you from like even an INFJ. Because now you'll be thinking, but at this stage here, you lot are going to go all over the place. You're going to be erratic. Throw yourself to the extreme, dangerous behavior, because you want to kind of understand where and how your emotions work. What is it about my emotions? But what's going to also happen is when people come around you, as soon as they come around you, where you're being free, as soon as somebody looks at you, you're going to stop and focus on them, and then start mull over them, start to read them, investigate them, and lock yourself away from that free spirit that you were trying to do to get to know yourself. And things like, you know, have certain ways that you do things. So, you know, just sort of like, instead of just wake up and do things as you go along, have a little bit of pattern. I go to it. It doesn't have to be complex. I go to work. Yes, damn me. So I know, say like, I have my uniform ready because I'm going to work. You know, my uniform's over there, this thing's over there. I work up there and do. So I have a few things which 100% the key things in your life that they work the same way. That how you go about it in between that can be any way you want.
I don't know what it is about the gym, but that really helps me with how I feel with a lot of things most of the time. It's like a release.
Yeah, it will do. It will do, because once you start doing moving action, it will do. It will give you a release. But what you've got to be careful of, indulging in things that sensual things, is going to build up your energy. And then when your energy is up, you start to move erratic. So therefore, you still, yeah.
What do you mean by sensual things?
Sensual things, like things that you can touch, feel, see, smell. You understand me? The five senses. The more you interact with that, the more you're going to feel yourself, because you are a sensor. That's what it means. So that means sensory things you're going to focus on and focus and over focus until you build so much energy that blaps, you start to overthink, and then all that good work's gone out the window. Because when you fall into a delusion, you're gonna have the right idea in the wrong place. In a nutshell. You understand me? So what you need to do is, yes, it's nice to get these things that make you feel good, but that you can't. What you're naturally going to do is dwell within your senses. So you could be listening to music and just stay there, flowing to the music. Before you know it, the day's gone. You understand me? So, but if you have things set up in a way that you do these certain things, that in between there you fall out, you forgot what you're doing, you do it badly, but you know them 4 things you will get done. Well, then you're giving yourself space to make mistakes, because you're gonna make mistakes. If you don't make mistakes in life, that means you're not very intelligent. And that's not to say that people who are not intelligent like it's anything bad, because in a sense, if you're not intelligent, you can be more functional. Yeah. So when somebody now, intelligence now, the problem is the intelligence is going to make you start thinking about what you're doing and it's going to because anywhere your emotion is flowing, the more your emotion flows, your intention going to kick in order to understand that emotion, because that emotion is designed to be a language. So somebody would say something to you, it would set an emotion off, you'd understand your emotion, and then through your emotion you'd know what that person said. So your brain will always kick, as that more that emotion goes, the more your brain will kick. So you have to be careful about how you bring yourself sensory, because that's why senses generally, after they've gone to a party, they've had a nice dinner, you know, somebody's got hurt, then someone's got married, then they find it hard come off the other end of that to keep their composure, because they don't realise all senses, whether you're SJ or whatever, all senses going to fall into intuition. At that point there, they're going to do the right thing in the wrong place, and be inappropriate in their behaviour or in their language. So you've got to try to balance it, son. So the best thing is, yes, it's nice to go gym, have your relax, but it's not about that. It's about creating a procedure. Don't say, all right, I'm going to go this at this time, I'm going to do that at that time, do that. Because although you think rationally, so you think quite regimented, but your action will never listen to your thoughts. So you've got to be realistic to what you're going to do. So just have like 4 things, like say, I'll go to work from this time to this time. Yeah, I come home, have a little relax and a sleep, I eat some food, then I go to the gym, then I spend 2 hours with my mate. And they're your like a basic pattern that you do in the week. You understand me? And that's the basic how it goes. You might do it, you might not do it, but that's the very basic pattern. That when you fall into your intuition, you will keep that pattern because it takes a lot of years to train your intuition to be able to do it. And you haven't been on the earth that much yet. But by doing it, it's like exercise. You know, like when you go to gym, you exercise to keep your body fresh. Well, these things I'm telling you is like doing exercise to keep your mind fresh, so you can keep up with reality. You can keep up with life, because it's all well and good if you get it and you work it out in 50 years. Yeah, but when you work it out in 50 years, but everything up until then you're mashed up. So now you know what you got to do, but you got no house. Your legs don't work properly. Your wife's trying to take everything off you, and your kids have got a bounty on your head. It doesn't matter that your life is good now, does it? Because you are under pressure. So part of the game is to learn how to do these things so you don't mash up your life. So when you do work it out, you've got something to work with, innit? You ain't got nothing now, you know. 25. When I was your age, I was to just rent a place like nothing, innit? A couple £100. I could do a couple of days work and pay my rent. So if you want, yeah, to stand any chance in this year time, yeah, brother, trust me, yeah, get your mental health straight. Once your mental health is straight, remember, nothing have no value with no senses in the dark. So if you want to see value, brother, take your eyes, get yourself out the dark and access your sensory. And the only way you can do that is by practicing, learning and practicing it. Nobody got it for free. Why has a long tail? Yeah? Meaning that before you to get to know the answer why, you have to live the life.